Now we want a LiPo battery. I did this the other day in one of my other videos. I'm going to use a couple of these Poundland power pods. They're single or 1S batteries, LiPo batteries in there. And I'm going to make them into a 2S by joining them together. Before I do that, I'm just going to cut these central pieces out. I have to trim that up a little bit. That hasn't come out quite as cleanly as I wanted it to, because we want the LiPo batteries to lay flat in there. But I'll do that in a minute. Right. These things come apart. That's our LiPo battery. Now, one thing I forgot last time that I demonstrated, the metal case is actually the positive terminal. So if you clamp two of them together, they're actually making contact through the casing. Got a little bit of sticky back plastic in the middle there, holding the battery in place. And this one seems to be particularly good, so we'll just cut through it. There we go. Bit of sticky back stuff there. Right, so this is positive, so if that negative terminal touches that positive there, then you'll have a short circuit. I just cut that off, and there's less likelihood of that making contact with that. Those bits are worth keeping if you're electrically minded. But what you don't do is put these two together and then try and connect that negative to one of those positives, because it's actually connecting itself as a short circuit through the casing. So I need to insulate these by wrapping some tape around them. The ideal tape is, I can't remember its proper pronunciation, captain tape. It's usually yellow actually. Obviously it comes in all sorts of colours. It's the same stuff that blue tape is, but I haven't got any, so I'm going to use ordinary electrical insulation tape. The captain tape can withstand very high heats, which is its benefit. Although it's only going to be a benefit if these are overheating. These are 650 ampere hours, it says on there, which is worth remembering when you're trying to recharge these, because you have to use a proper LiPo charger. There's no shortcut, you've got to use a proper charger. And if you don't charge it at the right rate, then you're going to damage them. Of course, you could just buy a proper LiPo battery, because that'll have the protection circuit on it as well, or most of them will, to avoid over discharge. So a good idea to buy the proper stuff. I'm making this battery because it just happens to be the right thickness to fit in that battery box or battery compartment. If I stick them two together, they're less than the thickness of a AA battery, so they will fit in there with no trouble whatsoever. Right, if we wanted these are 650 milliamp hour, so doing very basic maths, which is not necessarily a good thing, if we added two together in parallel, so negative to negative and positive to positive, instead of being 650 milliamp hours, it should be 1300 milliamp hours, but only 3.7 volts. If we connect them together in series, so we have a negative to a positive in the middle to link them as a series, and then positive and negative going away to the car, then that will be 7.4 volts, but still only 650 milliamp hours, which I think is probably going to be fine for this little car. So that's what I'm doing. So I've insulated them, or double insulated them, because I insulated both of them, and now I'm strapping them both together. Please read up on LiPo batteries if you've never played with them before. You could very well end up in serious difficulties if they catch fire. Now, we need a balance lead, so that when we charge them, they charge at the right rate. I've got a set of balance lead extension cables here, or extension leads, because I needed some, and I bought a whole bundle of them. So what I do now is I chop these off so I can actually use these as the balance lead for this battery. And at the same time, what you can do is you can plug your LiPo alarm in here and you can tell the condition of your batteries. I'll just go and get one. Right, here's one of my 3S LiPo batteries, 1000 milliamp hours, 11.1 volts, 25C. You'll have to look up what 25C means. It's the amount of charge you can draw out of it over a period of time. So this is our balance lead. This is our LiPo alarm. So if we plug this in, let's do it so you can see what I'm doing. That way up. Oh, it's upside down for you, sorry about that. This is just a random LiPo battery I've pulled out of my box. So it goes through all 3 cells and tells you what the condition is. So 9.89 volts total, cell 1 3.4 something, 3, I can't even say it quickly enough. 3.46, 3.31, 3.10, so that one's in quite a mess at the moment and could do with a bit of balanced charging to bring it back to the right condition. What I'm thinking is if I use the full length of this, I could actually plug this in somewhere still underneath the car and be able to view it rather than it being tucked underneath in the battery container. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave this one full length. I'll leave a little bit on the end here just in case I ever want to use that connector again. So I'll cut it off about there. In this case, the middle lead is blue, which is easy to remember. And because it's just a 2S, we only need a middle lead. So the negative will go to our negative. The positive will go to our positive. And the blue will go to the positive and negative that we're going to join in the middle. The series connection. Well, that's a bit annoying. Had a bit of breaking continuity there and forgot to start filming again properly. So you may see we have 2 batteries here. This was the battery I started with, or one of the pair of batteries I started with, and while I was working on it, the tag that is spot welded onto the case there fell off. So I had to take that battery back out again and use another battery. So this is now the 2S battery that I've built with the balance lead on it, and we're all connected up. And we'll just have a look, see what this balance lead says. If we get it the right way round. Down at that end. So 4.8 and 3. What was that? 4.01 and 3.87. So the batteries, the 2 cells there. So total 7.87. That's a little bit low, to be honest, bearing in mind they're fully charged when you buy them. I would say one of those is a little bit low. Not a problem. I mean, I can charge it up anyway, but it's all plugged in. So we've got steering, and we should have forwards and backwards in the right direction because I swapped over the battery lead, the drive motor lead. And that battery should sit in there nicely. Although I've still got to trim out some of that plastic, as I said. I mean, there's pointy bits in there which you really don't want sticking in the bottom of your battery. So I'll trim them out with a sharp knife, and we'll stick the battery in, and we should be ready to go. Oh, I'll put the top back on.
Hey, thanks for watching. There's plenty of videos on my main channel with more added daily, so don't forget to subscribe and enable the notifications to keep you up to date with my new releases. You can help keep my channel running by donating $1 on Patreon to buy me coffee. You can always find more information in the video description. Thanks again for watching.